Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. We're going to continue working on my 97 Dodge Ram 2500 here. In this video we're going to be removing the camper top from the bed. At the end of the video I kind of describe exactly why I want to do this, and you'll kind of see there. If you want to skip to any specific part in this video, check out the timestamps that I posted below in the description. Also consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate any love and support. In this video, I also go over all the materials that I need and all the materials that I use and that you would also need. And I also go over all of the tools that I need for this thing that we're going to construct. And in this video, you can kind of see like how I make it and why it works for me. So I hope this works for you as well. Well, I guess with all that being said, let's get right into it. Here's the camper top. So I have an 8-foot bed on my truck, and I also have a camper top that sort of matches, but I'd like to eventually repair it and kind of rebuild it, because there's like the seal on it is sort of like coming out on the windows, and the windows don't really shut all the way, and the clear coat on top is kind of coming off. And I'm going to show you guys kind of how you can remove it if you are doing this all yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the supplies that I'm using to kind of get this done. So here's all of the lumber stock that I had gotten at Home Depot. We're going to be using that. I'm just going to kind of remove the little screws and stuff like that, and we're going to reusing it. Now all of this is basically like 2x4 by 8 feet, or even I think 10 feet, like the longer ones kind of down there are 10 feet. You guys can grab the same thing. If you have 12 feet, that might be even better. I think I have a total of like 4 or 5 planks of wood right here, and we're just going to cut them up in various sizes. I've backed my truck up. I've got my camper top right here. This will probably work for you guys too if your vehicle isn't backed up. It's no problem. I'm going to go ahead and measure about how high my bed is from the ground. We want to kind of make like an I-beam structure with all of these 2x4s right here, and we're just going to basically kind of have it a little bit of the length. It doesn't have to be the total length of the bed, but we're just sort of going to eyeball a certain distance of the bed off of the floor. So it's gonna, this camper top's gonna sit on top of those. Essentially I'm making workhorses, so we're gonna go ahead and measure that really quick. I think we're at about, like, kind of eyeballing it, it seems like 54 inches seems like the best. If we were to do 55 inches, that wouldn't really be too big of an issue, and we're just gonna kind of sit this whole thing down on it right here. So yeah, well, that looks good. So we want at least this whole thing to be at least probably 54 inches high. So we're gonna go ahead and cut some of the wood and get right into it. Alrighty guys, some of the things that you're probably going to be needing for constructing this thing are some screws. I have an 1 5/8. You don't need the 1 5/8 necessarily. You might be needing to go a little bit bigger, it might be needing to go a little bit smaller depending on the wood you pick. I have a drill, I have a saw, and then I just have a spanner / adjustable wrench that I can use to get off some of the bolts that are in the clamps that are kind of holding down the camper top that you're going to probably need too, depending on what you got. And then I just have a measuring tape here just to kind of make sure all my measurements are good to go. And then yeah, you don't have to have this big fancy saw. You don't need a circular saw or anything like that. It's going to make the job a lot easier, but you can totally just use a regular hand saw and just hand saw away and you should be good to go. But we're going to go ahead and get into cutting some of this wood, and then yeah, also don't forget hearing protection and eye protection too. Alright, so I went ahead and made these things. These are basically the long rails that the camper top is going to sit on with some 2x4s underneath. I-beam construction, of course, they're going to be warped, but that's just kind of the wood you get from Home Depot. And yeah, it's just scrap wood. It's just wood that we're going to use to set this on. Now, the screws that I actually showed you did not work. I had to use these types of screws. These are probably 2 inches long. I would say. We can go ahead and try to measure that really quick here. Oh no, I was way off. I'm just kidding. They're actually about 3 inches. So yeah, about like 3-inch screws went into those pieces of wood, and that's basically what's going to secure it. So I got that right there, and then we're going to make some legs really quick. Okay guys, so this is basically what it's going to look like. I just screwed a couple pieces of wood up here. All of the scrap pieces of wood that I had, I just kind of screwed up here to kind of give me a couple extra inches. Stand is going to be right here, and you're just going to be able to kind of slide a piece of wood up on top of here, and you just drive forward once you lift the top of this off. It's not too bad, so we're going to go ahead and probably get to it when there's a little bit more daylight. And as you can see, it's super dark out already, and it's pretty cold, so I'm gonna have to catch you guys another time. Alrighty everyone, it is a new day and I'm ready to take the top off. There's a couple of nuts that I'm going to have to kind of loosen up. There's one right there, there should be one over there, and then there's a couple right there. I'm going to go ahead and remove all of these, and then we're just going to take the top right off. Alrighty, so I've gotten the whole camper top supported by these wood stands, and they're being supported by these 2x4 by 12 feet. So I just went and picked up these super quick. Now this camper top I don't think has been removed for a very long time. I know that it wasn't removed since I've bought the truck. I got the camper top up. It's being completely supported. It was a little low right here, and it was actually touching the bed, but I put a shim kind of up in here, and it looks low right there, but it's not too bad. It's actually not touching anything. It's being completely supported by these wood stands. So I guess now the only thing to do is just sort of to drive forward, and yeah, let's see how it goes. Wish me luck. Alright guys, we did it. We removed a camper top from the back of my truck, and you guys can totally do this too. I'm super excited. I have not been able to remove this from the back of my truck ever since I've owned it, and it's been like a year or so now, like I mentioned before. Now, I'm not really too concerned about the wind here. There's not a lot of wind that kind of kicks up back here. There's wind around my area, but I'm in an enclosed area sort of near my garage. And if you're concerned about that, you can definitely add some support braces in the center, like maybe a T-style where you grab a piece of wood and you just kind of screw like a bottom T-piece and you can just like support the middle. This seems pretty solid, and it's staying on the stands really well. You can also probably add some support bracing to the stands that I made earlier and you watched me make. You can do this too. I'm super excited. So we're going to go ahead and kind of keep this up here, and man, my truck is so dirty. You can tell that thing has not been removed from the truck in a very long time, and I'm really excited to go ahead and wash my truck and then have an actual pickup truck now while we do something else. So well, anyways guys, I got something really quick that I want to show you. Alrighty guys, check this out. I went and I had gotten a bed. Now this bed is from New Mexico. I think this thing is so cool because it's like still got some clay slash dust from New Mexico, and it's got like all that like deserty stuff, so there's not really much rust on this thing at all. There's a lot of dings here and there, but I think the worst ding was right here when it kind of got swiped. Man, I've been searching everywhere in my local junkyards for a bed that was this clean. I mean, granted, yeah, there's a lot of dings and stuff, but finding a bed that's like got no rust on it, or as a southern truck, is like near impossible here in the northern Midwest. It's like really difficult. I was able to find some fenders that basically had like no rust on them, so we're going to be replacing some fenders and we're going to be replacing my bed. But I'm so excited to show you how to remove a bed and, you know, replace it if you need, or do any other type of rust repair. I'm super excited, so stay tuned for that. Alrighty guys, that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. I really hope you loved this video, and I really hope you learned something, and if you did, consider subscribing. If you'd like to see more content like this, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I would really value and really appreciate any sort of support you guys could give me. If you have any other suggestions or any other things that you would like to see, or have any other things that you would like to add to this content, don't forget to comment down below. I'd really appreciate it. But as far as that goes, we're going to continue working on my 97 Dodge Ram, so don't forget to keep looking out for more videos like this. As far as that goes, it's super dark and cold on me, so I'm going to have to catch you guys in the next one. Adios!